Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me. So I wanted to bring you another video because I wanted to talk about this topic. Um, and one topic that I think is important for us to discuss is focused on um, creating, and I talked about it before, but creating the hunger. And I was watching a video about astrology, and I want to say the name of the gentleman that was being interviewed. His name was Mark Jones, I think, and he's authored some books and has done several classes and videos and things like that. I believe one of the books was The Soul Speaks, um, and he talks a lot about psychology and astrology, and just just different things that we could do to help clients um, through trauma and things like that with um, astrology and psychology. But to know basically that there's a certain place that you stop with those maps, so to speak. This is what he talked about, and where you start doing work, I think. Um, and so, one thing that he was talking about was these the planets will, like we might have seen a lot Mercury in retrograde, or we have seen, like, lately, Mars and Pluto in opposition, having, you know, facing each other. If we could think of it like a face off, I guess. Um, but he was talking about how the different planets um, that show up and that are involved in trauma, I'll say, they can mean different types of trauma. And he was saying that those experiences do push some people to really seek a higher power and really grow their faith, is what I would say. So, um, for some people, I'm gonna put it like this: I try not to get too well. I think I think you'll see where this is going, but I believe that um, it's not a new concept for me. Many of us have been going through things since we're little bitty kids. And we grew up in a system that we did face some discrimination, and we didn't always we didn't always get our way. We didn't always get, everything that we wanted. Sometimes we did without. And because of those experiences, because there was nothing, imagine we're little kids. We couldn't do anything about it, whether it's facing things from different systems that discriminated against us or whatever it was. We, you know, didn't get opportunities, or we got turned away for certain things, or, we got certain things taken from us, or whatever it was, that we had to trust in a higher power, because there was no way that we could get it just through the normal system. And so, um, since we were little kids, that forced us to rely on God, because we knew that we could not rely on anyone or any system or anything like that to give us So I agree. It's just not a new concept because we've been going through it since we were little kids. Um, and it's really, yeah, it's really been something to experience that. But for some, and this is something else that I talked about before as well, it's been like a rebirth at times. It has been a rebirth at times, actually, like an ego death and a rebirth because we got disillusioned. We thought the world worked a certain way and it didn't, and we had to figure out that it didn't work that way, and something else had to happen for us to get what we wanted or needed, and that was it. Um, because we could no longer operate believing that the old illusion was true. We had to believe, we had to know, we had to understand that there was something else. It was new, it was different, but it wasn't what we thought, you know. And it was very disappointing, disheartening. Um, Really, yeah, like I said, it was an ego death. And it's not just one time, but I think those experiences pushed us to be stronger. But that was stuff that started happening when I was probably 8 or so, less than that, maybe, where I had to lean on something that was not, this system, that it had to be something spiritual, and it couldn't be, you know, man, and it couldn't be, humans. It had to be a spiritual force. And I had evidence, since I was a little kid. Before I ate too. It was probably I was 3 or 4, maybe before that, that I knew that I had to rely on, basically on God, because it was not, I wasn't going to get what I needed in this system that was man-made, or from any of the men or women or whatever that built the system, participated in the system, any of that stuff. So I think it's important for us to remember that a lot of us have experiences like this growing up, and we have to, and so there's, I, I don't know if, you know, there was something going on in the sky at the time. I was just, 3, 4 years old, but I know that those experiences pushed me, and I knew that at that time, no, there's no way we could depend on the system. We just got stronger in that, knowing that, and so here we are today. But that's not a new experience. We had to, you know. Um, all right, so I'm gonna end this video for now, but I just wanted to talk about that we had to do that since we were little bitty kids, and that's not a new concept for us. It might just be new for some people, but it can be something that is pretty um, earth-shattering for people, teaching them that they have to depend on something outside of themselves, because this system, the normal ways of going about things, doing things, like those things, the system, those things cannot heal you. Those things cannot carry you through. It's something else when all you could do, like I talked about, another time with someone else. Like sometimes all you can do is stand. In the Bible, it talks about this too. Sometimes all you could do is stand, and that's all you could do. And if you could do that, it's a good day. So what do you do when all you could do is stand? You gotta call on a higher power. Like when you The monster that you're facing is too big, and you cannot defeat it alone or with, like you think, okay, I'm going to go get my buddy, or I'm going to get my friend, or I'm going to get my sister, or my brother, my dad, or, my mom, and we're going to go fight it, and it's bigger than all of you. Then you need a force outside of you or inside of you. And that, for us, was God. So, I want to do more videos on this, but it's just important to talk about it, because I think a lot of people don't know that we face things like this. Some of us from little kids, and we gotta call on a higher power. That's when we're little kids, because we can't overcome it ourselves. We know that. Alright, so I'm going to get off for now, and I want to make some more videos. But I just wanted to discuss this topic because I think it's important. As always, I say happy lightning fast manifesting, and I'm going to talk to y'all soon. Alright, love y'all.